Hi, I'm Heinbach. Good to have you back. 25 years ago, I stood upon a stage behind a battered Yamaha Entertainer keyboard and played the notes B, B flat, F, and F sharp. And I played them faster and faster and faster. And I don't remember anything else from that concert. That was the moment when music became my life, and especially playing live became the most important thing to me. And I played in bands, I wrote songs, and repeated the same sets over and over. But when I moved to Berlin, I fell in love with improvisation. The reason for this channel is that I wanted to get better at improvisation by using the camera as an audience. So instead of writing songs every time I sat down, I would have to perform for 30 minutes for this audience that I was then going to upload the music for. I've talked a bit how I perform as Heinbach, but I've got another project called Odd Narrative with Wouter Jaspers, who also runs Coma Electronic. And how I play live there and how I prepare is going to be the focus of this video. Odd Narrative is based on improvisation, and the guiding principle are the differences between me and Wouter and our different roles in the project. I would say that I take care of the landscape, doing the pads, setting the scene, and Wouter does his electro-acoustic walk and croon through that space. And for that, I don't even bring the same instruments to every gig. I try to challenge myself and just throw stuff together that I think, I want to try this, I haven't played this in a long time, or this is new, let's try this. So tomorrow we'll be flying to the Lighthouse Festival in Croatia to perform an hour-long ambient set. And this is what I brought. This is the Seat Lombardo Plumbator, which is the drum and drama machine of the Seat Lombardo universe. It can do rhythms with two sequences here called rollsers, and the Man with the Red Steam, which is another step sequencer. It has oscillators, ultrasound oscillators, filters that can be pinged for bass drums, and a DR horn that can be played like a theremin. This is a very versatile instrument, and I know it by heart now because I use it in my Heinbach sets a lot. Now what this also is a wonderful mixer, because you've got all these inputs for stereo, mini jack, and you can also patch stuff in here and then use this mixer section. So the plan is that I will run this Marantz CD tape player into the filters on the Plumbator, so I can process them and mix them. And I don't need an external mixer for that, it's all in one. And then on the output, there will be the Bustle Thyme, which is a wonderful delay, and you should never do an electronic gig without a delay. Of course, this is more, this can loop, this can pitch shift. It's kind of magical. And I still have to say, I programmed 8 different presets here, and I tend to play these and learn these. They're like separate instruments for me. I really love this beautiful and complicated instrument. When I use Tapeloops for narrative sets, I usually make entirely new ones for each show. And what we have here are 8 loops. 6 of these are from the Black Corporation Kimi G, a wonderful synthesizer that I'm babysitting until its rightful owner appears. One is a piano that I found as a recording. I don't know when I did that recording, where I used it. It's rather weird, so it's called Odd Piano. And then this loop, of which I have no idea what's on there. So this is a surprise. So the flow of signal is Marantz into the filters of the Plumbator. Plumbator mixes everything together and then runs into the Thyme for space. I like that this is such a small and contained setup, and I can fit everything into a Samsonite trolley that I can carry on. What I'm also taking with me is something to record with. I've got this Sony PMD recorder, which I really love, and now the Soma Ether, which I just got, and I'm madly in love with. It's such a fun tool to collect new sounds with. And maybe use these even in the live set, or use the recorder to record the whole live set. Because if you've got no recording that you made yourself of a set, the chance that you get from the sound guy, in my experience, are slim. So I'm gonna pack this all up, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Primal musical expression. Preset sound.
was talking about how I always bring different instruments to every show that we do, just because it's fun for me to mix it up and experiment. And I think you've got a different approach in that.
Yeah, I pretty much always use the same stuff.
Yeah?
I have been using the same stuff for a while now. When I started, I always had to drag mixing desks and effect equipment, etc. with me. Like my bag as a 25-year-old was just that was no fun. So lately I'm bringing the field kits that I developed with Comma, and I bring my favorite device, the Scheisse FX. Yeah, it's pretty much a modded Boss ME50 guitar pedal. Yeah. So I use it a lot on voice. I use it a lot I use a lot of motors that let spin, and then I pick up the vibrations of the motors. But then, you know, when you let a motor spin really quickly, you have a very high frequency. So with a harmonizer, you can then nicely detune it and kind of get it to the stage where you want. And then as long as you have a running continuous signal, you can then also play, of course, the knob where you can change all the different note settings.
Okay.
So you can go... I have a helmet. You know, and if you sing in the helmet, you you get these really nice, naturally acoustically like reverbery sounds out of voice with a contact mic on it.
It becomes a reverb chamber.
Yeah.
That you can resonance chamber that you can take with you.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and use it to protect your head.
Well, today I heard that the organization had rented an MS-20 for another artist, but he was not going to use it. So they spent a few $100 renting it for 2 weeks, and then the dude said, yeah, whatever. Yeah. So I was like, oh yeah, if you have an MS-20, I will use it.
Perfect.
So I think it's really nice also to, especially last minute, just throw in some things in the mix, because that keeps it also exciting for me. Yeah, I want to challenge myself, and also I think from the giving myself that challenge, also a lot of new stuff comes up, and
happy accidents.
Happy accidents. So there's always a side to performing that I think should be instantaneous, and should be challenging, and should be a little bit off the side, so you can really, you know, try out some new stuff. Yeah. It's experimental music after all.
I need a way to route myself to a place when I perform for improvisation. And this is one way to route yourself. Just take the things that are around. If I see a piano next to where I'm like, okay, I'm going to start the show by playing the piano first.
Go for it.
The importance of having a reason to play other than playing there and getting paid to do it, I think that's very important to me. So, must have all been all the theater stuff where you're always working with strong concepts. is such strong concepts, and every note has to have a reason why it's there. So it's not
especially when they're cue points for the actors. Or,
like the whole world that you design and the sounds that you design, you find the texture and then you go by that. And that has leaked into my improvisation too, that I feel this kind of irrational need to completely like be one with the room.
It's important to, especially as a traveling musician, to really think about what you bring and to be, I think they call that proficient with your equipment, and to just not, don't shy away from, facing experimentation head on. Yeah, it's really funny to be here because normally when I get booked. It's usually like shows in the same vein of what we do. There's not a lot of crossover between electronic music, dance music, and more experimental. So it's really, I really think it's good that the organization of this, I would say, reasonably mainstream festival, to invite us over and come play here. And I hope that the crowd, can find a little oasis between all these kick drums that come from everywhere.
That's it for this video. If you have any more questions, do leave them in the comments below. Visit the subreddit. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.